Buffalo Bills sitting at the 7th seed right now if the playoffs ended today. And you see at the bottom, we got a couple teams creeping. Sal, Houston Texans coming from the very bottom of the AFC South. They're creeping in the playoff picture. So with that being said, like going forward, looking at the Bills schedule here, you obviously have the Bengals this weekend. Got to go over to New England, number 1 seed Patriots, who just they look like, I know their schedule is what it is, but they've been looking impressive this season. Cleveland's going to be a tough out, home against Philly, and then to end the season and the farewell game at Highmark Stadium, New York Jets. How do you think this thing plays out here the rest of the way?
Well, obviously, it's pretty unlikely the Bills win the division, but they still could. They have to win. If they win this week, then they get to 9-4. Obviously, Patriots are 11-2 and have beat the Bills. Then they play the following week, and if the Bills can get within one game of the Patriots still have to play the Jets and Dolphins, who are both playing better lately. They would have to lose one of those games because division record would be the second tiebreaker after head-to-head, and they would have split. So you'd have to be tied with them, go to that record. Then we'll see about common games, and it's very unlikely. So you're probably looking at the Bills in a wild card spot. That's 5, 6, or 7 seed. And right now there's 3 teams tied for that with the 5 seed. One of the South teams is going to win the division. One of them is going to be a wild card. They played each other this week, Jacksonville and Indy, and then you have Houston right there as well. So a lot of stuff's going to change. I mean, right now the Chiefs are on the outside looking in, and they do not have any tiebreakers over any of these teams. They lost to Jacksonville head-to-head. They lost to Buffalo head-to-head, right? So, I mean, they have a lot of ground to make up. It's so tough to figure out what's going to happen. I think there's an argument to be made that the 6th seed won't be a terrible spot to be in this year, because who's the 3 going to be? Is the 3 going to be the AFC South winner? Is it going to be Jacksonville or Indy? And would you really be totally threatened and scared about going there if you're the Bills? I mean, obviously it's a tough game either way, but if you get the 6th seed, maybe you're going to Denver. Maybe you're going to New England. I'm sorry, the 7th seed. Maybe you're going to Denver. Maybe you're going to New England. So I think the thing that scares Bills fans the most is if Baltimore wins the North and gets the 4, and the Bills get the 5, the first wild card, and they have to go to Baltimore the first week of the playoffs. I think that's what scares Bills fans the most. Or maybe, and I subscribe to this, maybe going to Houston if they're the 5 and if you're there 4 and you're the 5, right? I mean, there's so much more to be played though, guys. These teams are all going to be playing each other. I mean, Pittsburgh and Baltimore play twice still. I mean, think about that.
Those are going to be some
games. It's crazy how wide open the AFC is right now. There is literally a world, which I know it's the chances are slim, where the Ravens or the Chiefs don't make the playoffs. Like I don't think the Chiefs are making it as of now. I mean, they have to run the table. They're 2 games behind a playoff spot with 5 to play, and all the teams they're chasing, they do not have the head-to-head. They've lost to LA, the Chargers. They lost to the Bills. They did beat the Colts, if it's them, but the Colts are falling fast. So I just don't think the Chiefs are going to make it. Easy.
Free falling.
Easy, Sal.
What would I say?
No, you're right. No, Colts are a touchy subject, man.
Sorry.
I'm the only one. Listen, these guys have been hearing me all season, all off season. I had to hear it. I had a good run. I got an Indiana Jones hat laying around here somewhere. I had my fun. So,
he's been a gamer, but man, playing with a broken leg is tough, right? Yeah. Teams are starting to shut down Jonathan Taylor a little bit. I mean, he's still great, but they're trying to focus on that and force them to throw, especially with this situation. And now Sauce Gardner's hurt, right? I mean, like they gave up what they gave up for him. So they're still a good team, and they can still win football games, but they're a different team, I think, now than they were early in the season. Obviously, Jacksonville's playing a lot better, but I mean, if I told you today the Bills had to go to Jacksonville in the first round of the playoffs, wouldn't you sign up for that?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Great. That'd be great.
That'd be good news.
Yeah.
Unless it was how it was, what was it, 2017?
Sure, right. I mean, yeah. I mean, and the Bills went to listen. The Bills have not played well in Jacksonville. They went down there in 2021 and lost to Urban Meyer. I mean, come on, what are you doing? But I'm just saying, who cares about the history? If you look at the teams the way they are now, if I said the Bills had to go to Jacksonville or Indy or even Denver or maybe even New England in the first round, I think people are like, okay, let's do it. Now, you'd rather have home games. You'd rather have the bye. You'd rather have the first week off. It just doesn't look like that's going to happen. So I think all of those options are better than maybe even hosting Kansas City, right? Because you just don't know what that could be.
Oh, yeah. 100%. I think every team in the AFC right now is like, thank God they are not in the picture. Thank God.
With the playoffs, the playoff picture right now, you said KC could run the table and still, I mean, potentially they could still miss the playoffs, and that's at 11-6. Do you think the disparity in teams being like the bad teams being so bad has pushed all the playoff kind of records higher? Like it takes more and more wins to make the playoffs than it used to. I feel like back in the day we'd see 9-7 teams make playoffs all the time, and that just doesn't seem like that's been happening this year or last year.
Well, it's because you're mathing right now. 9-7 is 16 games. We have more games now, right? We have
I
17 games.
The numbers are like going all across his face.
I don't know. By the way, no, I think they have to run the table to get in. If they run the table, I think they're probably in, because I think if 11-6 probably gets you in. I think if they don't run the table, they probably aren't in. Mm-hmm. So let me look. Okay, so last year, 10-7 got you in the playoffs. The year before that, 10-7 got you in the playoffs. 9-8 got you in 2022. Ugh. So no, I just think it's the way it's every year's a little bit different. Every year's a bit different thing. I think what happens is, though, because of tiebreakers, because of teams beating each other up, and there definitely seems to be a disparity this year more between the haves and have-nots, right? Like the Titans and the Raiders and the Browns and the Jets were playing better. They're not getting off the mat, and even though they might have a couple wins here or there, it just feels like there's a group in there that it's going to come from, and then the other group that's just not a part of the party. So, I mean, I just don't think this year 9-8 is getting in. 10-7 can, but I think you have to get to 11 wins the way it looks this year.